So the Bulldogs, their home ground. Footscray going to the right in the first quarter against the breeze. Stanaher standing next to the umpire. First bounce from the Western Oval. The Brownlow medalist wins it away from the circle. Important ball to win this. And there's a holding decision already. The advantage paid to Essendon. Wanganeen up towards half forward. Not a particularly good kick. Bradley playing this week with the long sleeves. With short sleeves last week. Played well in the square against Sydney. Hunter. Into centre wing. Good smother on Grenville. Ball taken over the boundary line from the hands of Mansfield. And we'll see a throw in next to the interchange area.
Keenan Reynolds with a job on Paul Salmon playing at full back, and Barry Stanfield looks like he has a roving roll across half forward.
Alessio wins this one from the Brownlow medalist. Tackled by Cameron just a little bit too late. Loose ball at half forward. Plain got one on the back, but the whistle had already gone.
Free kick to Hurd.
And with the breeze, be interesting, Robbo, to see if he can get this.
He should be able to make the distance from there.
He's giving it a decent old sort of a roost and has got the goal. Well, great toss to win going with this breeze here today. So James Hurd, first score on the board for Essendon. One goal after only just over a minute.
Well, it's just an indication of how strong that breeze is. He kicked that from about 56, 57 metres out and made the distance quite easily. He's a very accurate kick, in fact, James Hurd. He's kicked 10 goals, 2 before today's game for the season, so that's terrific accuracy.
A very talented young player is Hurd. So Scott Wind contesting the centre bounces with Alessio. Wind up early. Neither player can have an effect on it. It comes down very close to the centre circle there, and the umpire will be forced to bounce once again. The umpires today, Darren Goldspink and Grant Vernon. We've got a terrific crowd in here at this Western Oval for this big game. Cameron goes further back. Hawkins kick a little short. Spawn should have marked it. Harvey, hand pass, a bit suspicious. Hawkins very, very hard on Spawn, and a free kick is going back. I don't quite see what that was for, because it's being taken for Footscray by Callan.
Well, that's in the back, isn't it? Well, that's in the back in my book, Peter, no doubt about it.
Too severe, that one. Now, there's a good mark taken by Del Rey. Del Rey is, well, he's going to have to kick from 50 metres, and this is going to give us a real good indication. Hurd down the other end, got the distance easily.
I think if he's struggling here to make it, Robbo, he'll be kicking from just outside the 50, but a very tough kick.
Danny Del Rey, I'll tell you what, he's got onto that. Right on the goal line, it's helped over. Free kick, a Footscray free kick. Interference in the marking contest, and it's going to Grant. It may have been against Alessio for pushing, the way the umpire is indicating there. So Grant has the chance to kick Footscray's first goal, and it really is an important goal against this breeze.
Any goal down there is an important one, isn't it, I think?
And he's a very important player in this Footscray side, Chris Grant.
Well, he'll shoot from point-blank range and he kicks a goal. So, fairly straightforward stuff in the finish there by Grant. Scores a level early in the first quarter.
Let's have a look at that free kick again. Well, a bit of pushing and shoving in the goal square, and Grant in the right position, put his body in front, and if there's any free kicks to be paid, he was the one to be awarded.
Chris Grant getting Footscray's first goal. He topped the goal kicking out here at the Western Oval in 1990. Being recruited number 105 in the 1988 National Draft. What a bargain. Wind didn't get a decisive tap out. Alessio, Liberatore a chance. So too Atkins. The two Bulldogs are there. Tap out by number 23. It's Essendon's turn. Spawn seems to have recovered from that hefty knock. Up towards half forward. They'll bump ball that one for Hunter. There is a whistle. Bring it back. It's going to be a Footscray free kick. Advantage not paid there. Certainly one of the more puzzling rules in the game. A little chip shot. Taken by Wallace, former captain with the side in 1989. McPherson certainly runs his full distance. Gee, lucky enough to get pinged by the umpire there. Stanfield missed it. Good tackle by Harvey. Ball thrust out the back, chance for Tui. Or kick it got taken high. He'll take a free kick.
Pretty ferocious tackling there by Tui, making his presence felt very early in the game.
For a kick, it started at full back against the Sydney Swans last week. Did a good job, and then was given a stint on the bench and finished on the forward line, if my memory serves me correctly. Alessio.
Well done, Alessio. Read that a little bit better than Scott Wine.
You'd have to say, Robbo, you'd almost be a chance for a goal.
Yes, well, that was a similar distance to James Hird, but I don't quite know whether Stephen Alessio's kicking ability is as good as James Hird's.
55 metres out. Gee, it's going to go pretty close. And again, getting the distance, but not the accuracy. So the Bomber total goes up to 1-1. Essendon leading by 1 point.
What sort of a score do you think Essendon need kicking down that end, Bernie?
Well, I tipped about a 4-goal advantage to this end of the ground. The end Essendon's kicking to at the moment, so I think they'd have to come in about 5 up, I think, Robbo, right, to be happy with that.
Well, that kick in nearly marked by Simons, it eventually has been paid, I feel. Young Michael Simons, number 12, kicks it in towards centre-half forward. At the back, Mercury. Kicker tries to juggle it. Steve McPherson, strong, controlled it nicely. That breeze is causing a few problems for the players. Judging the football. Simons goes away from the wing and kicks it to within goal-scoring distance. The Big Ben fly at full forward. Comes to the ground. Allen tried to leave it for his captain. Hawkins tackled when he didn't have the football. And Alessio, a little unfortunate, but the free kick certainly was there. And Dougie Hawkins will take it for Footscray in the left-back pocket.
Probably playing as a loose man in defence in this first quarter, Doug Hawkins.
Gets the hand pass away for Cameron. Cameron's kick fairly well ineffective. Callett and Spawn. And the ball very, very hard turf down there. Bounces awkwardly for both of those players and goes over for a boundary throw-in.
It's the old
Practice wicket area.
It looks as though that might be still very, very much in use there. O'Donnell for Hills. Over the top, Wanganeen. Oh, by gee, was nearly wiped off the Western Oval then. He's still in trouble behind play, Wanganeen. Getting up very slowly. Footscray forced to work overtime at right half back. Tui, a high kick. Wanganeen limping behind play. Grant and Harvey. Thompson going hard for Chris Grant. Ball goes over, boundary throw-in.
He might have got one on the thigh, Wanganeen. I'm not too sure. He tried to dodge the tackle.
So boundary throw it on centre wing. Wind. Quick hand pass. Mercury. And it will be a free kick Essendon's way. And it will be taken by Mark Mercury. Recruited from Keilor Park. Kicks to left half forward again. Plenty of distance with the kick. Strong mark taken by Shane Allen. Came from Melton. 2 years in the under-19s and a year in the BSFL.
And has been preferred at centre-half back over Peter Foster, who played last week in the reserves and couldn't win his place back.
Well, a long recruitment or a long apprenticeship, shall we say. Stanfield, like they do at Hawthorn. Marking contest. Harvey getting front position at marking ground. A little bit of experience there from Mark Harvey. Goes across the ground. Got a badly directed kick. Steve Wallace takes the mark right next to the circle.
Bad option that, Robbo, wasn't it?
Why isn't it 50 metres against Simons? I mean, Wallace has taken the mark and he's knocked the ball out of his hand. Isn't that a 50-metre penalty?
Well, technically it is. And
holding up play.
obviously, yeah. No doubt.
Wallace is kicked to half forward. Grant gets front position. Harvey punches down. Liberatore overruns the ball. Free kick going Footscray's way again to be taken by Chris Grant. He's already made his presence felt up there on the forward line. He's gone for a pass. Del Rey beautifully led, beautifully kicked, and Del Rey should be within kicking distance against this breeze.
Badly read though by Essendon there, Robbo, because Chris Grant obviously was going to be in trouble all the time there from just outside the 50-metre line. A big gap there. Ridley playing at full back on Danny Del Rey, and he gave him 5 or 6 metres.
Yeah, I think this guy's a little bit underestimated, Del Rey. He's a very efficient player.
70 goals last year. He kicked, including 13 in the finals, and that's his first this afternoon. So Footscray against the breeze hit the lead. Gee, that's a good start.
Oh, that's a terrific start by Footscray. 10 minutes into the quarter. We'll see again. Look, Chris Grant obviously had never had any intention of going back and having a shot at goal. He was always looking for the passing option. The midfielders and the halfbacks didn't get in there to fill up the gap. And it was just basic stuff for Danny Del Rey to take that chest mark.
Well, back near the centre. Liberatore tries to take it away. Chance for Hawkins. Goes back into trouble, but gets the hand pass for Atkins. Atkins goes wider still for Stephen Wallace. His little left foot kick is pretty good. Mark Del Rey, handball away. Kick coming from West, in towards full forward. Grenvold under pressure there from Stanfield. He bashes the ball over the boundary line. And it's good to see Wanganeen has recovered from that heavy knock from, I think it was Tony Liberatore. And Ross Glendenning down on the boundary line has told us that that was the second heavy knock that he's had on his knee area. So Wanganeen a target. And good players obviously are pressurised in these games. As we go on now, Grenvold kicking long out towards the wing. And a good mark taken out there by Mercury, who continues to impress. Mark Mercury in the Essendon lineup. Lovely long kick with the aid of the breeze. Goes well into the centre half forward region. Plain. Oh, beautiful play. Plain. Ordinary kick, but it might bounce through for a goal. Well, never try to tip a kick off the boot. Bradley Plain summed that up beautifully and kicked it quite efficiently in the finish.
We've all made the same mistake, Robbo, haven't we? Yes, he's got magnificent goal skills, this player, Bradley Plain. Good gather there, getting rid of Tui. And well done by the big bloke in the square, Paul Salmon. He took his opponent out of the action by leading up the ground and left an open space for that ball to roll through.
Back to the centre. Kick out of the centre, Essendon's way. Touched off the boot, so it won't be a mark to Wallace. Has to play on around Simons. Kicks it back to the square. Kick it, and Grant. Harvey. Options out wide. And a racing two out here. And the ball over the boundary line for a throw-in right next to the Footscray players' race in front of Nigel Kellett.
And I think Ross Glendenning nearly got a touch of that footy down there, Peter.
I'm sure he'd love to be out there too, Robbo. Just the same. Wind, a lovely backhander to Hawkins. Ball standing up against the breeze. He could have been a free kick. Thompson was hanging on. The umpire says no. And the ball out of bounds on centre wing, or close to centre wing, just a little bit on Footscray's attacking side of centre. Footscray play this ground so well. Wind or no wind, always very hard to beat out here. Stanfield taps down. West couldn't handle it. And Essendon able to tie it up again. Close to centre wing. 14.5 minutes left in the first term. Great start for Footscray with 2 goals already against the breeze. Hit O'Donnell on the head. Kick it, can't come out with it. Hawkins tries to get a hand pass away. Grenfold leg. But the whistle had already gone, and we'll see another bounce. So Essendon gaining about 15 metres between this bounce and the previous one.
Interesting tackles there, Robbo. 5-1 already.
Yeah, and Footscray pretty good at the those smaller parts of the game, or well, we don't classify them as smaller parts, but the important parts that add up to a team victory.
Spawn contesting the ruck duels. Won by Stanfield. Footscray had the numbers at the fall of the ball. Colin, quick hand pass. Kellett, finally a kick. No mark taken. Thompson roves it well. Gets the hand pass away to Harvey around Mansfield. Harvey goes straight down the ground, up over the centre circle. No mark taken. Chance for Footscray through the agency of McPherson. The hand pass came from Wallace. Away he goes down towards Danny Delray. Beautiful lead. Great hands in front of his face.
And great pass from McPherson. Look at this. Oh, no. Not a good pass. Oh, got away with it.
Mark, or free kick to West.
He put him under some sort of pressure, didn't he, Peter? But he stood up to the task very well there, young Scotty West.
Now, this will be a test for him kicking-wise. He's looking for options. Maybe wanting to pass. Certainly would have got the free kick. So West from Strathmore, 21 games in the VSFL last year. It's coming around to goal. So against the breeze, tremendous boost for the Bulldogs. 3 straight to 2-1.
Well, this might turn out to be not a bad toss to lose, because Footscray doing particularly well in this first quarter. There's a mark again to young Scotty West, and he finished it off beautifully, just kicking to the breeze from about 40 metres, 43 metres. He brought it back nicely, and a great start by the Bulldogs here.
And the ruckman go at it, and Wine gets it down to Atkins. Atkins kicked to half forward. Harvey looking for the free kick. Should get it the second time. It certainly wasn't there the first time. But Chris Grant just a little overzealous in his attempts to put pressure on Harvey. Harvey's kick, high, Wine from the back, good punch, but a free kick in the marking contest. It's going to Essendon to be taken maybe by Mercury.
By Hills, I think.
Hills.
Hills.
Yep. So Hills is just wide of the centre. Kicks it in towards centre half forward. Hawkins can't mark. Kicked out of there by Hunter. Goes out close to the boundary line. And it goes over for a throw in. About 75 metres around from the Essendon goal.
At the moment, Footscray have had plenty of time to get back there and crowd that Essendon forward line.
Alessio interfering there. Certainly pushing Scott Wine in the ruck contest. And Wine will take the free kick for Footscray at right half back. Probably had the better of the duel so far around the centre of the ground. High kick out towards the wing. Good mark taken by Grenvold. Judging it a little bit better there than Stanfield. He's allowed to run on and kicks it quite nicely in towards centre half forward. But Hawkins, you can't beat experience. A terrific player, Dougie Hawkins, here at the Footscray's home ground. Kicks it out towards the wing. Tapped over by West. Gives Wallace a chance. Can't outrun Ridley, but he gets the kick away. West marks. Handball further. McPherson, who's had a few touches already in the game, and a kick up towards the full forward area, and a free kick has been paid to Mark Thompson.
Robert Thompson brings it up to the 50-metre line. Mark taken by Mark Mercury. Straight down the ground. Low trajectory kick. Alessio, lost side of the football actually. Allows McPherson in. Super. Gives it to Kellett. Alessio chasing him. Won't catch him. And again, ball standing right up into the breeze. Oh, great leap by Grant.
Free kick.
See, if he brought that down, that would have been 100-1 on mark of the year.
Todd Ridley's been moved from full back, and Gavin Wanganeen. It looks like a bit of a mismatch in size, but he's picking up Danny Delray.
He's played there before. Harvey, Hawkins, not on the Doug Hawkins wing.
He thought about playing on there, I think, Pete. Dougie.
Oh,
he should have.
Liberatore. Quick hand pass. Collinyuk. And Mark taken in the forward pocket by Grant.
Well, this is a football lesson at the moment, isn't it, Robbo? They've played superb football. Footscray getting the ball out of the middle, of course, is so very important. And they've also been able to hold Essendon up when they've tried to get the ball into attack. The Essendon forward line's been so very crowded every time the ball's got down there.
Yeah, I think Footscray's slick movement of the footy has been quite evident so far.
Have to allow for the wind. Need to aim for the right goal post, which he has done. Wind bringing it back, but just a little bit too much off the hands of the pack. 3 for 1 behind to Footscray at the Geelong Road end of the ground. So the Bulldog tally goes up to 3 goals 1, leading Essendon by 6 points. Thompson to bring the ball back into play, finds Harvey.
Well, they've had 33 kicks to 22, 13 handballs to 8, and 12 marks to 7. So if you're saying they're playing well, Bernie, that's pretty evident there. Essendon get the ball down near the wing, and Spawn interfering with Kellett. Kellett will take the free kick on the wing on this member's side of the ground. Kellett. Very quick player, Nigel Kellett. Kick towards half forward. Collinyuk, the crumb gatherer, can't control it, close to the line. Oh, eventually does quite nicely. Hooks the kick, up to full forward. Wanganeen. West. Dragged down by Ridley. Unfairly. Didn't have the ball, West.
Well, gee, did he have the ball? That's the question you'd have to ask. And what
well,
Ridley's
it's
asking.
underneath him, but you've got to have control of the footy if you're going to be tackled like
Take a
that.
look at it.
Well, he hasn't got control of it.
Well, it was momentarily, wasn't it? Momentary thing, and the umpire had to make that decision. He did knock the ball out in front of him. But did Ridley actually grab hold of him or not? Or was it a high tackle?
You've covered everything, Bernie.
We have.
Well, West has the footy and has the shot and kicks his second goal. So Footscray doing everything right so far. 4-1 plays 2-1.
And we're almost 20 minutes into the quarter, and Essendon kicking with the breeze. Only 2 goals against their name, and it's a pretty ordinary performance so far. I think Shooty will be a very worried coach.
The flags from the Footscray fans in front of us certainly indicating it's a pretty strong sort of a wind down to the drill hall end, to which Essendon is kicking in this quarter. 25 plays 13 at the Western Oval. West getting his second goal. Alessio. Good punch away. Intercepting though is Kellett. Kellett from midfield. And Footscray trying to go the short way home. Not successful that time. Essendon able to tie it up inside the square. Ridley pouncing on it with Kellett. And we'll see a bounce.
Actually, Pete, now Paul Salmon's doing the ruck work. He's been brought in, and Alessio having a rest at the full forward position.
It's usually a good barometer when Sheedy wants something. Bringing the big fish onto the ball. Missed it. Fresh air shot. Stanfield. Quick. Out of the middle. Harvey. Good hand pass. Intended for Thompson. Wants to bounce kindly for him. It does. Inside his own defensive 50-metre line. Finds Grenvold on left centre wing. Path blocked there. Quick hand pass. Mercedes. Hills. Away goes Cameron from Liberatore, right on 50. Will he have a shot or go for Del Rey? Collinyook he finds. Collinyook not wasting any time. Oh, bad manning up there. Cameron right in front of goal.
Oh, well, the umpire's called time on. One of those rules, Peter, that probably needs to have a... Well, someone, maybe the rules committee, just have a little look at that one, because Collinyook giving away a certain goal to Leon Cameron.
It's like when Peter Hudson broke the goal-kicking record in 71. It was disallowed.
It's a pretty tough shot, though, for Collinyook, because he's the breeze coming across him.
Well, Chris Grant had a shot from further out there, didn't he?
Cameron would have been better off just taking one more stride and banging it straight through.
Not a bad kick. He's got the goal anyway. Well, Footscray doing it on the bits and against the breeze. You can see how strong it is with those flags, and the Bulldogs get their fifth.
That goal was set up from St. Magnificent tackling. We saw some great tackling. Here it is here. The Footscray players just all charged at the player with the ball. They didn't hang around and wait to see what was going to happen, and Cameron finishing it off.
And back from the centre, Stanfield nearly a chance, but O'Donnell kicks it to half forward. Kickett can't take the mark. Footscray very, very severe. 2 or 3 at the football on every occasion so far. Spawn a chance. Grant crashes into the ground. And the ball goes over as Kellett says to Grant, well done, Chris Grant. Good hard stuff at the footy. Right half forward for Footscray. Probably about 3 kicks from their goal going into the slight breeze. Stanfield. Down it comes to Hills. Taken away by Mercury. Kellett gathers and kicks it inside 50 metres. No mark taken. Harvey back there. Gee, they look a little confused, don't they, the Bombers? Hand pass for Thompson. Essendon player down. Wanganeen. Liberatore's going to get reported, I think. Umpire's got his book out.
Yes, I happened to see that through the glasses, and
well, it was so far off the football that you just can't justify that.
A long way off, wasn't it? And Wanganeen, unfortunately, the second week in a row he's copped a knock like this.
I'd say about the 3rd or 4th. Bernie seems to get him every week.
Well, he seems to be holding his back, the lower part of his back.
Well, play goes on. Spawn kicks Essendon in towards centre half forward. Nearly the mark taken there by Ridley. Gathered by Kickett. Go for goal, Derek. He tries the big torpedo punt kick into the square.
Gee, was it
and a free kick has been picked out of it. It's going to Footscray to be taken by Keenan Reynolds. Wanganeen all right. But there was a report come out of that incident, and it is Tony Liberatore. Kick out towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Mercury.
Unfortunately, we can't have a look at that incident because of the report, Robbo. So, of course, if it's a trial by video, there's no problems with the report as it is. Rules say that we cannot show that incident again.
Well, Mercury has the football for Essendon, and if ever they need a goal, they need it off the boot of Mark Mercury. A lovely long kick, and it's punched over for a behind to Essendon. Back there, big Scott Wine. So Essendon proceed to 2-2. They trail Footscray, who are 5-1.
Reynolds to bring the ball back into play. Hunter marks in the back pocket. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Certainly has had plenty going for it. Great start by the Bulldogs. The downer being the report of Liberatore. Tui, a bad hand pass. Lets Alessio in. The big ruckman now in the forward pocket in front of Zellen. Can't take the mark. Knocked down by Hurd. Plenty of Footscray players at the fall of the ball, which does hit the deck again. So too does Liberatore. Burrows his way out of trouble. Excellently played. Essendon supporters don't think so. Mark missed out there. Chance for Hills. Onto Buick. Haven't seen much of him so far. First touch, long shot, going close, one behind. And when the Bombers needed goals, Darren Buick only bringing up a minor score. 2-3 that tally goes to, trailing Footscray 5-1. Buick directing traffic. 5 minutes left in the term, and really it's been all Footscray against the breeze. Reynolds kicks in again. Evan from behind. Oh, gee, that's a great mark. Brought in by Hurd. Gets it quickly away to his teammate down there on Masiti. Kick it. Here's a chance for Spawn, running into an open goal, and has put it through for what in the goal umpire. Full points. Late inclusion beside Kieran Spawn gets Essendon's third.
And Spawn took the place of young Dustin Fletcher. A late withdrawal. And there's a great mark by James Hurd.
Watch this handball from Kicker.
Yes, he was in all sorts of trouble, Robbo. There's 3 Footscray players coming at him. He read it very nicely. Put the handball out very quickly to Kieran Spawn.
Well, Essendon pull back to within 10 points of Footscray, close to quarter time. Footscray 5-1, Essendon 3-3. Liberatore caught by Chris Danaher, too high. And the umpire in a pretty good position there to make that decision. Liberatore takes the free kick. Kicks it away in the direction of Kellett. He marks and runs away from Simons. Backs himself. Still got the football in front of himself. And in the finish, it's helped over for a boundary throw in that right half-forward flank region for Footscray, about 55 to 60 metres around from their goal. Beautiful conditions here at the Footscray ground. Footscray fans appealing for a free kick there against Paul Hills, is it? Yes, getting up last and not forthcoming. Umpire Goldspink decides to bounce. Pretty much the same area as the boundary throw-in. Salmon doing the ruck work, can't quite get it clear, and he's looking for the free kick, but it's going the other way, and it'll be taken for Footscray by Stanfield.
Got him on the head.
Kicks it in towards full forward, and a good mark, excellent mark taken by Wanganeen.
Now that should be 50. Robbo, why wasn't that 50?
Well, I think when he fell over,
before.
yes, I appreciate that, but when he fell over, I guess the umpire may have thought that everything was all clear. Good mark there, excellent mark taken by Ridley in front of Steve McPherson. Be careful, Ridley, you might get it taken away from you.
Well, McPherson, I was watching him earlier, worrying the death out of Ridley where he's playing across half forward.
Kick towards the left half forward area for Essendon. Back there is Wind. Got back pretty well too. Handball away for Hunter. Hunter's high kick. Simons judges it better than everyone else and takes an uncontested mark.
Simon from left half forward, kick and a half from goal. Alessio trying to get front position, does so. Hunter will he go off the ground to try to rush it through. Couldn't do so. Alessio, the quick kick, and scores a goal.
Very, very good thinking by Alessio, wasn't it, to get the football down onto his foot?
It was. He's kicked 1-1 now. And moves pretty well for a big fellow, Bernie.
201 centimetres. And he got it onto his boot very quickly there. Terrific stuff from the ruckman full forward.
And what a valuable goal for the Bombers with only 2.5 minutes left. Their turn with the wind. 4-3 to 5-1 now. Back into contention, but certainly they would need a few more on the board before this quarter's over. Great goal by Alessio. Wind with Salmon. 2 of the giants of the game, literally. Hills. Out of the centre to half forward and Hurd. Punch away by Allen. Didn't get it very far. McPherson, kicks Chris Danaher right in the hand. And obviously, Chris Danaher will take the free kick. 6th in their best and fairest last year, Chris Danaher. Wind in front. Punches to the front of the pack. And then gets a very good kick. He's been watching Alessio, I think. Kellett with Simons. Simons, good use of the body to put his opponent out of business. Footscray had the numbers, though, there. Mansfield at Kellett. Little underground hand pass. Did Cameron go out of bounds? No, he didn't, says the boundary umpire. Now it's out, and we'll see a throw-in at Essendon's left half-forward flank.
Mark Harvey and Chris Grant.
Good duel, that.
Yes. Very important to the outcome of the game, I would think. Footscray still with 2 quarters to play with the breeze at their back. Simons gets some space and kicks it into within goal scoring distance. What a good mark. That hurt. I tell you what, he is the most promising young player in the competition, I think, this guy.
Exceptional. A great talent.
This is not a bad effort by Simons to just get that kick away then.
No, that is a great mark by Hurd, just drifting across the front of the pack. He's not overly tall, 188 centimetres, but terrific overhead.
And kicks across the face and through for just one behind. I think he had a fair idea of how strong that breeze was, and if he gets another chance, he'll just have to allow a fraction more. That breeze taking the ball away very, very quickly in the finish.
Less than a minute to go to the siren. Reynolds favouring the outer side, generally regarded at the Western Oval here as the defensive wing. Can Essendon get another goal before the siren goes? Atkins went down. Right on the 50-metre line, Mercury from Delaney. Now it's back to Buick. Kicks from a standing start inside 50. If O'Donnell can take the mark, they might have a chance. He couldn't do so. Crashed to the ground. And Hawkins does the tidying up work from Footscray. Looks for Grant. Well out of position, but takes the mark in front of Harvey. McPherson at right half-back. Originally from Clarence in Tasmania. Some two is Bradley playing. Jenny Delray, long way from goal. 2 kicks to goal from there. Bomber Thompson gets back with Polonyuk, and Thompson will be more than content to see that ball out of bounds with only a few seconds before the siren. So that should just about eliminate any further chance of scoring. And there it is at quarter time. Interesting quarter of football. And Footscray against the breeze, holding a 3-point lead. 5-1-31 to Essendon 4-4-28.